Hey there, my name is Mike, and I'm a medical student. And this is my story. So, I don't have any youth pictures in this album, so we're just gonna use my laptop. Let's get into it.
Here's me around the age of 4, living my best life. Love playing baseball growing up. It was my absolute favorite sport. 8th grade graduation, this is around the time where my interest in medicine actually started, little did I know. This started when my parents opened up a produce store to carry on a family heritage. Taught me a lot about healthy eating, hard work, perseverance. There were so many early mornings and blood, sweat, and tears that went into the store. Still open to this day, about 12 years later. And then high school is this senior picture. And around that time, my sister was studying dietetics and went on to become a registered dietitian. Graduation here, I followed in her footsteps, went to Purdue University for college. Did some really cool things, was involved in the dance marathon there, the new student orientation program, started a push-up fundraiser for a local summer camp, involved in the kickstart of exercise as medicine at Purdue, which is the coalition that encourages involving exercise in medicine. What else? Did a radio show in college, hiked Angel's Landing at Zion National Park, went to Italy and visited my mom's relatives, and then graduated. And then the next picture here is my white coat ceremony. It was a really exciting day, starting my medical school journey, which is where I got introduced to this saying here, and I'll talk about that a little bit later, but it means so much to me that I got it tattooed on my shoulder. Super excited when that happened. Then you have these two pictures here, which are in medical school as well.
Whew. So Be Well, Stay Well was a slogan that came into my life. First year in medical school, it was a slogan for the wellness organization of my school that I eventually became president of. And I used it whenever I could, wherever I could. I eventually became known for this phrase by my classmates. And I put my heart and soul in this organization, developing a diversity week, a mental health week, a community garden. I carried on our spirit week, our spirit games, and our wellness 5K every year. And then I ended up leading a wellness conference that's focused on preventing burnout in healthcare professionals. So I did a lot in the work of well-being for others, and actually ended up making a huge impact on myself. During medical school was the first time that I went through battles with anxiety and depression. And without these battles, I feel like I wouldn't have found my purpose in life. So when I moved to Indianapolis at the start of medical school, it was the first time I was introduced to the words food desert. And a food desert is a location that people don't have access to fresh foods or grocery stores, so there's really none in the area, which is where I live. And I educated myself on this and how it affects health outcomes, and it actually increases the incidence of chronic disease like diabetes, heart failure, depression. It really inspired me and my best friend to look into starting a nonprofit to empower people to take control of these things and potentially prevent chronic disease and improve quality of life. So we haven't executed this yet because it's a busy time right now, but in lieu of that, I started volunteering at a food pantry to kind of get exposure to it. So here I am today, 4th year medical student, about 7 months away from graduating, applying internal medicine, hopefully becoming a hospitalist physician. Right now I love gardening, I love going on walks with friends, and I love watching YouTube videos, particularly on finance. So, but with my education, I hope to be a hospitalist physician, taking care of people at the worst times of their life. Hopefully making an impact that way, but also down the road I hope to certify in lifestyle medicine, which is this awesome new thing that focuses on things like sleep, diet, exercise, improving quality of life, and preventing chronic disease. And then ultimately, hopefully when we have time down the road, starting this nonprofit and making an impact with the underprivileged in that way. So FIGS, thank you so much for allowing me to share my story and potentially have the opportunity to alleviate some of this medical student loan debt. It means the absolute world. Thank you so much. And of course, be well, stay well.